Welcome back to another rebuild, and today we are doing another nation-only rebuild. This time we are doing the United States of America with Pulisic and head coach Greg Popovich. With Pochettino and Pulisic maybe falling out a little bit over the friendlies and Gold Cup appearances. We are now going to jump in here and rebuild this horrible nation to try and build up a squad worthy enough to compete for the World Cup in 2026, with that obviously being the home nation, one of the three home nations for next year's World Cup. We are going to jump into their Champions League. Here is our World Cup, which we are going to try and win. Obviously, we won't win it by 2026 because that's not possible, because we are starting with a creative club all the way down in League 2. So in Season 1, we are going to jump in here and try and build. We are going to give ourselves $50 million in the budget to sign at least the first 11. Whether or not we can sign a bench or not will be up to that. But if not, we'll have youth-generated players on the bench. We're going to sign not the craziest of players because obviously we can't afford them. So no Pulisic, no Anthony Robinson, no Brendan Aronson, Ricardo Pepi, all those. Balogun, can't really sign them the first season. So those will come in later. So what we are going to do, we are going to go ahead and pick up a mediocre squad, and as you can see on your squad, that's exactly what this looks like. We have people like Patrick Schulte out of the MLS. We did look at MLS options for sure. We have Patrick Schulte. We have people like Zimmerman, the American MLS center back, very veteran MLS center back. We have people like Brendan Vasquez out of Austin FC, the striker from there. We have Zendejas, who's a free agent right midfielder. We did go ahead and bring in a couple of players as well. You can see the full starting lineup on your screen now. We will go ahead and also use the Youth Academy. We do only have one scout because I can't be bothered to load up the actual cheat table and stuff to that to make sure I can send them to the same, send all three scouts to the same nation, so I just didn't do that. So only one youth scout, which we will use for at least up until we get to the Premier League. Whether or not we use after that will be up to me, and honestly. So we will use that. And we will go ahead and obviously try to win the Champions League, which is aka the World Cup here. And we're going to give it 10 seasons max, maybe a little bit longer depending on how long it takes us to get up to the Premier League and obviously up into European football after that. And halfway through the league, we are leading it with relatively ease. We are looking like one of the strong teams in here, obviously with a kind of higher level end of a quality squad, maybe not higher level end on the nationality squad, but definitely higher end on actual paper here in League 2. We are leading halfway through. We have a couple of decent youth prospects in our youth academy that we are keeping an eye on out, and at the coming season, we're more likely just promoting them all, honestly, and maybe get them loaned out from the season on there. And Brandon Vasquez is top goal scorer, so at least that striker choice is working out well. He is performing very well for this team, putting the nation on his back essentially. Come the end of the season, we are your League 2 champions, picking up our first piece of silverware in this rebuild. We are promoted to League 1. We are alongside getting promoted, we are also going to promote every single youth player that is in our youth system that is 16 or above, which is everyone besides 2. So we go ahead and promote everyone there. We'll look to loan out probably most, if not all of them, depending on what we do next season. Obviously, we want to get rid of all the other generated players that are not American come next season. That way it is a pure American rebuild come from Season 2. Brandon Vasquez is your top goal scorer with 13-9 goals. On to Season 2, where we are in League 1. And coming into League 1, we have $41 million to spend here to try and improve this team, whether it be the bench, maybe a couple players in the starting lineup, and that is exactly what we're going to look. We're going to look to obviously get rid of the youth-generated players that are not American, which we have done now, which means we're probably going to have to keep some of the Americans that we did promote because our squad is wearing thin with that situation there. And with majority of that $41 million, we are going to spend it on Johnny Cardoso to improve our midfield. So him and Yunus Musa are going to come into the squad. Johnny Cardoso coming in from Real Betis. He's going to replace Rodon in that midfield. And him and Yunus Musa are probably going to be a key midfield for at least a couple of years until we can get maybe like a Weston McKennie, something like that later down the line. So we say hello to him. He comes into the squad. Welcome to the national team. We also bring in Cameron Carter-Vickers from Celtic to improve our back line, with Zimmerman obviously being on the older side of things. Cameron Carter-Vickers comes in to replace him in that starting lineup, and him and Mackenzie are going to hopefully lead this back line up, maybe back-to-back promotions. That'd be the goal. That is the goal, to get automatically up to the Premier League within the next 3 seasons, just League 2, League 1, Championship, Premier League. That is the goal. And halfway through, we are league leaders again. We are looking to try and win a league, this time a little bit tighter. We are going to go ahead and look to just sim the rest of the season here and hopefully get up to the Premier League, the Championship, by winning the league. And winning the league is exactly what we will do. We are winning the league. We are promoted up to the Championship. So back-to-back league titles, back-to-back promotions. We also promote all of the youth academy players. It wasn't that much this season. We're going to promote all of them up there. Now this time we can probably loan out a couple of those as well, seeing as our squad is getting a little bit more depth filled. And going on to Season 3, we go from 41 million when we got promoted up to League 1 to 33 million when we get promoted up to the Championship. So less money in the Championship for us this time around. We are going to probably not really look to improve the starting lineup, maybe 1 or 2 players. Majority of it is going to probably be contracts and backup players possibly. And what we are going to go ahead and do is bring in Timothy Weah, maybe a marquee player for Pochettino in the World Cup. Obviously not now, but could be a possibly marquee player for the World Cup for us in the nation. Tim Weah comes in. The goal is for him to replace Zendejas. Whether or not he wants to replace Zendejas or Zendejas in the game wants to be replaced, that'll be up to the EA gods. We'll see if that comes to fruition, but that is the aim, is for Tim Weah to come in and him to replace Zendejas in that starting lineup. We have also sold Kevin Paredes. He did want to leave. I'm not quite sure. He must have not been playing for some whatever reason, because he was a left winger playing a left mid. So we could have had a left mid that was playing in front of him, just thanks to the game being the game. So Kevin Paredes has been sold. And with that money, we are going to go over to Manchester United and bring in Diego Luna in from the Manchester United squad here. Welcome to USA. Welcome to America. He actually did decently in the first Gold Cup game here, starting against Trinidad and Tobago. So we say hello to him. He comes in to replace Kevin Paredes. Welcome to the squad. And like I said, we are finally going to be able to loan out some, not all, but some of the youngsters as well. So we'll look to grow some of these youngsters, and hopefully they get a little bit more experience and a little bit more overalls in them, that the way they can be at least squad players for the future. And halfway through the league, we are sitting 8th in the Championship. We are 7 points off the playoffs. We are looking to try and push the playoffs, but we are currently 7 points, so maybe a little bit. It's not completely out of reach, but it is maybe just a little bit out of reach. We'll see if the boys can maybe find a form, find a run of wins, and maybe get up into the playoff systems for a chance for back-to-back promotions. That'd be ideal. And with contracts extended, we are going to go ahead and finish in 8th here. We missed playoffs by just 4 points. We missed playoffs by 4 points, so we unfortunately will not get back-to-back promotions. We will have to sit a second season in the Championship, which is fine in all honesty, because we might have a little bit more money to be able to bring in more players, but we'll see. On to Season 4. In which Season 4, we actually have less money than we had last season, from 33 to 31 million. So we are going to have less money to be able to improve this squad. So this same squad is pretty much going to have to try and just do better and get promoted this season, whether it be playoffs or automatically, because we're not going to be able to do much to it. But something that we are going to be able to do is swap our Milovic as a cam with Malik Tillman. Malik Tillman is 84 overall. Milovic did well. He was a top goal scorer last season. So we are going to go ahead and swap him with Tillman. And Malik Tillman is going to come into the squad and be probably our number 1 cam for the rest of the rebuild, unless we get a pre-gen player that is absolutely absurd. So we say hello to him. Welcome to the squad. And that is more than likely going to be our only addition to this team. So I'll see y'all in January. And in January, we are sitting 3rd in the league here. We are sitting right inside that playoff spot. We are looking to obviously, hopefully, maybe finish in the playoffs or finish in the top 2. Top 2 would be ideal. That way we can skip out on playoff drama. But for now, we are currently sitting in a playoff spot. We just cannot fumble it and not get knocked out of the playoffs come the end of the season. So let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can maybe push top 2 or at least stay in the playoff position. And we will not push top 2. Top 2 were out of reach for us by far. We go ahead and finish 4th in the league, so we drop off 1 position from 3rd to 4th, which still means playoffs. So we will reach the playoff system. We take on 5th place Norwich in the playoff semifinals there for a chance to go to Wembley and a chance to get promoted to the Premier League. And we beat Norwich in the semis 3-1 on aggregate, 2-1 in the first leg, 1-0 on the second leg. We are into the final of the championship here against Brentford for a trip to the Premier League. A 90-minute period to try and figure out what team will be going to the Premier League. Will it be Brentford or will it be the United States of America? And it will be Brentford. No, it will not be Brentford. What am I saying? It will be America. We beat Brentford 3-0 is what I was trying to say out of my way. So we are promoted to the Premier League after only 4 seasons where they used Pakistani and rebuild. It took us maybe 10 seasons to get promoted up to the Premier League. That's how bad. I mean, they just didn't have players. We have players at least, thankfully. We have players that we were able to bring in. We didn't have to rely solely on the youth-generated teams. In fact, we have no youth-generated players in the starting lineup. We are promoted to the Premier League. Brandon Vasquez is your top goal scorer with 35 goals. Malik Tillman had a great first season as well. Probably a key factor of why we got promoted. But on to season 5 where we are Premier League. In season 5, we go from 31 million up to 83 million. Welcome to the Premier League, the United States of America. We are going to go ahead and look to finally bring in Christian Pulisic as well. He comes into the squad. Welcome to America, coming over from Chelsea. So he goes from AC Milan back to Chelsea, even though he went from, no, he did go from Chelsea to AC Milan. So yeah, AC Milan back to Chelsea. Welcome to the squad. Welcome back to the Premier League, I guess, essentially, for Mr. Pulisic. He will be our right winger. He will replace Ndejas and Tim Weah in the starting lineup spot. Welcome to him. We are also going to say goodbye to Brandon Vasquez, our best player of this entirety of the rebuild. We say goodbye to him. We swap him for Pepe simply because Pepe is the same rating and just younger. He has more time on him to grow. And Ricardo Pepe will now be our number 1 striker unless we get an insane regen. Ricardo Pepe comes into that. And talking about pre-gen regens, we go ahead and get an Aiden Morris pre-gen here out of Middlesbrough. We go ahead and sign Josh Bennett, a CDM/CM. He is not Josh Bennett's pre-gen. He is Cardoso's pre-gen, the American out of Middlesbrough. We go ahead and bring him in, and him and Yunus Musa are going to fight for that starting lineup spot. And actually talking about that, Josh Bennett is not going to fight for that because he has been loaned out to Juventus alongside a lot of our youngsters have also been loaned out to multiple clubs here. So we say goodbye to a lot of those for now. We'll see them grow over the course of the season here. We'll see if they can maybe make a key part. I'm actually really interested in what Josh Bennett can do, and maybe he could be a key part in this midfield alongside Johnny Cardoso. But let's go on to January in our first season of Premier League football, where hopefully we can avoid relegation, which I think this team is definitely capable of doing. And halfway through the league here, we are currently, we're in the FA Cup, so hold on. We are currently sitting in, oh my lord, we are sitting in 5th. We are sitting in 5th in our first season of Premier League football, currently sitting in that Europa League spot. We have FA Cup against who? Against Brentford, the team we beat to get to the Premier League this season in the championship. We have them in the FA Cup here. Looking at our squad, who's scoring the goals here? Pepe has 8, Luna has 6, Tillman has 4, Zendejas has 4, Loon Harson has 3, Musa has 3. So the goals are being spread here, but we are currently sitting in 4th there. Is our financials, is everybody, okay, everybody's good here. About our loan players here, I'm really interested in Josh Bennett, but we have players like Wilson, who's up to 72, Cook, who's up to 69, Bishop, who's up to 73. That is interesting to see there. Bennett hasn't grown, unfortunately. Maybe we should bring him back. I wonder if we do bring him back, will he play instead of Yunus Musa? Honestly, I don't think he will because Yunus Musa is 79, so I just don't see that happening. Can I get Timothy Weah on a rotation? I can. That way, Pulisic is playing no matter what. Well, on to the rest of the season, where hopefully we maybe finish in a European spot. That would accelerate this a lot quicker than what I was thinking. I was thinking maybe next season or the season after that. I was hoping that we establish ourselves in the Premier League, and then we go from there. But we're established and we're going. And at the end of the season, the boys finish in 6th, which I believe will be European football. I think it will be at least Europa League. It could be just Conference League, but I'm like 99% sure we have Europa League football in our first season of Premier League football, which is absolutely absurd. Who's going down? Ipswich, Bournemouth, and Southampton are going down. FA Cup, we did not make it that far, I don't think. We went ahead and I think we actually lost. No, we lost to Sheffield United 2-0 there in round 4. Top goal scorer, Diego Luna had 18 goals. Pepe had 15. Pulisic had 8. Zendaya has had 6. And Malik Tillman is the first player to reach 90 overall, which is absurd. We bought him at 84, so he's going plus 6 in the last 2 seasons. 5 goals out of him. On to season 6. And halfway through the season, Spurs are sitting 3 points off the drop. That is absurd to see. That was the first thing I seen in our eyes. But we're also sitting in 11, so maybe a little bit of a lackluster start to the season so far. We are sitting 11th. We are 9 points behind top 4. Man United struggling as well. Man City sitting in 1st. FA Cup, we have round 4 action against no one because we lost in round 3 against Man United. Oh, is this a Carabao Cup? Okay, so we're in the Carabao Cup semifinal. That was a cup. But we lost the first like 3-0, so we're probably out of that one. And then in the Europa League, we are in the playoffs after finishing 18th in the playoff there. So we have Atletico Bilbao in the playoff system. The Europa League might be our only way out of getting Champions League football for next season. So let's see if we can beat Athletic Bilbao. First leg here against Athletic Club Bilbao, and they pick a man of the match, and we draw 3-3 the first leg. Okay, that's interesting. Second leg here against Athletic Bilbao. I'm gonna just look at the score. I have my eyes closed towards it. And we lose 5-4 on aggregate. We're out of the Europa League. Second season syndrome has hit hard for the boys. We finished 14th with 44 points. Well then. Diego Luna had 21 goals. Pulisic had 16. Pepe had 15. On to season 7. And halfway through the league, we sit in 8th at the moment, our 3rd season of Premier League football. We are 2 points off the top 4. There's a chance we can get up there. That's all we want, is a chance. We miss out on Champions League football by 1 singular point. 1 singular point we miss out on Champions League football. We will be in the Europa League for next season. Hopefully we can build off of that and just keep on grinding. Pepe had 20 goals. Pulisic had 14. Pulisic is 32 years old. Diego Luna had 13 goals. He's up to 91. Malik Tillman is not growing anymore. Lund Hunston is up to 87 with 5 goals and 6 assists. On to season 8 where we got 2 more seasons left to go. We got 8, or I guess 3, 8, 9, and 10 to try and win the Champions League here. We're only going to have 2 seasons to win the Champions League if we even get there next season. We go ahead and bring in a left winger, American Ben Palmer. Welcome to the squad. He is 81 overall. He will not replace Diego Luna. He will probably maybe replace Pulisic on the right-hand side as we look to find him a different player there. So coming in for 77 million. Welcome in from Barcelona. Welcome into the squad. And halfway through the league, we are sitting in 11th, which is still not good enough as well. We are struggling. How far are we off from the 4th? We're 10 points off of Champions League. That is not good. Are we still in the FA Cup? We are. We still have Bournemouth. Carabao Cup, we didn't reach the semifinals. The Europa League, we are at least not in the playoffs there, so that is good. We finished in the... No, we didn't finish... Wait, what? We didn't finish in the top 8. Did we get knocked out? Did we not even finish in the 24th? We're not even in the Europa League. Are we in the Conference League then? the playoffs of the Conference League or Europa League here? Second leg? No. Are we in the Conference League then? Conference League, we're not in the playoffs. We're not in the top 8. We can not make the Conference League. Are we in the champion? Are we not in European football? Champions League, we're not here. How we? Wait, we're in the Champions League. How are we in the Champions League? Okay, well, we're in the Champions League this season. Well then, things are taking a turn, I guess. I didn't know we were in the we finished 5th, right? Yeah, it was 1 point off for Arsenal in the Champions League. Okay, I don't know what's happened there, but we will take that. And I guess, I mean, I haven't been paying attention, so I didn't even see it. Who do we play in the Champions League? Let's go back to September. We started off against Club Brugge. We lost to Tranmere in the Carabao Cup. Slavia Praha, PSV, Juventus, Fenerbahce. Is that Salzburg? That is Salzburg. Salzburg in there. January wrapped up against Barcelona and Leipzig. Well, we're into the round of 16 of the Champions League somehow. I'll take that. I'll see y'all in March then. We have Real Madrid in a Champions League round of 16. The first leg up. Pulisic gets man of the match. A 3-1 win for America. We are possibly taking down Real Madrid, the Giants themselves. We do lose 2-0 to Man United, which is going to continue our woes in the Premier League. Second leg here against them. 1-0 win, did that say? It was a 1-1 draw. Or 1-0. No, it was a 1-0 win. So 4-1 on aggregate. We are into the Champions League quarterfinals. We get PSG in the Champions League quarterfinals here on a Champions League journey that I didn't even know we was going to be on. So if we can take down the French winners this season, that'd be amazing as well. Pulisic picks up man of the match as well. A 2-1 win at home in the first leg, off to France in the second leg. Second leg here against PSG, 5-3 on aggregate, which was a 3-2 win. Was it a 3? Yes, it was a 3-2 win. So PSG fought, but they could not fight long enough. We are also in the semifinals of the FA Cup. Let's see who we get in the semifinals of the Champions League. Second leg, the semifinal of the Champions League here. It's America versus AC Milan. The other semifinals is French sides Lyon versus German giants Bayern Munich. It could be an AC Milan versus Bayern Munich final. That's what I kind of expect it to be. First leg here against AC Milan. And who's that picking up man of the match? I can't tell who that is. But it's a 2-0 win nonetheless. I couldn't tell you who that was that picked up man of the match. So there is that. A 0-0 draw against Chelsea. Second leg here. We was up 2-0 on the day. We pick a man of the match. A 1-0 win. And America on the first season of being in the Champions League, where we didn't really qualify for a Champions League through the league. I don't know how that's happened. Somebody must have won Europa League or Conference League to push us up or something like that. But we are in the Champions League final. We'll be taking on German giants Bayern Munich. Well then. And so before we get to the Champions League final here, is this a World Cup year, 2026? No, it's not. It's not a World Cup. It's a Euros year. It's a Euros year. So we could pretend we got invited to the Euros, essentially, but it is a World Cup. We finished 9th in the Premier League. So, yeah, this is it. This is one go at the Champions League final of the making it for the first time. Don't know how we've done it, but the team has done it. Top goal scorer is here. Oh, we were in the FA Cup final. I should see if we won the FA Cup final. Pepe has 38 goals. Pulisic is down to 83. 21 goals. Luna has 15. Did we win the FA Cup final is a question. The FA Cup final belonged to... That's a Europa League final. And it belonged to us, so we did win the FA Cup. So USA beat Arsenal 3-1. It's now time for the Champions League final here against Bayern Munich. And here we go, the Champions League final. It's USA versus Bayern Munich, and it's a sea of cameramen on the sideline. Rasmus Højlund, Alphonso Davies, Kvaratskhelia, Kvarda, shot saved by Schulte, out for a corner. Corner comes in, headed away by Jarny. Bennett can't clear it properly. Pepe up the field. Alphonso Davies, Musiala, Rasmus Højlund, 1-0 for Bayern Munich. They take the lead in the first 10 here. Malik Tillman into Pulisic, and Pulisic now is in behind against Barrios, and Christian Pulisic, the American captain who's fighting with Pochettino, opens up the scoring for USA and draws level here, 1-1. Kvarda, Rasmus, it's 2-1, Bayern, instant reply, instant getting their lead back, it's 2-1 in the 23rd. Kvaratskhelia now on the byline. Cross comes in. Neal will head it away, but down to Alphonso Davies. Into Musiala. Musiala into Larson. Larson into Højlund, and Højlund draws level. Upamecano winning the ball back off of for Neal. Neal to Tillman. Malik Tillman now down the byline, and Malik Tillman on the ball. He's going to take it himself. He has Ricardo Pepe, but Malik Tillman is going to draw level 2-2. The American makes it 2-2 here. When area cross comes in, Kanate header off of the crossbar. Second ball is in. Schulte couldn't recover. Is that Rasmus Højlund? Again, it is 3-2 for Bayern Munich. Kvarda saved by Schulte. Bennett, Pepe, Malik Tillman in for Diego Luna, and Diego Luna's in the byline now. Diego Luna, can he get past the keeper? He does. He finds the back of the net. It's 3-3. USA draw level for the third time this game. Pulisic comes off because, well, he's 35 years old and he's honestly not that good anymore, so he comes off. His time here at the Nation is over. He retires after this game. Jamal Musiala intercepted by Bennett. Jarny, Cardoso, Malik Tillman, Diego Luna. Can he switch it out wide for Palmer? The answer is no. Header down by Davies finds Bennett. Out wide for Palmer. Palmer with an early cross in for Ricardo. Ricardo can't really do anything with that. On Kvaratskhelia going to get past Joe Scally with ease here. McKenzie trying to recover nicely for him. Joe Scally does get back. The cross comes in for Rasmus, headed away. Malik Tillman loses the ball. Rasmus Højlund for 4. Rasmus Højlund for 4. Bennett wins the ball back. Malik Tillman now on the ball. Malik Tillman. This is our last chance. It's Palmer onside. Palmer. Ricardo Pepe. 4-4. We draw a level. We're going extra time here in the World Cup Champions League final. And here we go. Extra time starts now. We've been behind 4 times. It says we've scored multiple goals there. For some reason, we've scored 4. I think they put their goals on our side as well. But we've been behind 4 times. We draw level 4 times. Johnny Cardoso, Malik Tillman. Bennett. Diego Luna. Diego Luna. Diego Luna. Diego Luna for his second, saved. Corner, Malik Tillman, cross comes in, Johnny Cardoso, header no, second ball, Loon Hussein, saved by Chevalier, and out for another corner here. Malik Tillman, second ball. Johnny Cardoso. It comes off the keeper's hands and into the back of the net. 5-4. America takes the lead for the first time all final long. And that is not full time. That's actually second half done. First half done. 15 minutes. See, why is it saying we've scored so many goals? We haven't scored that many goals at all. Johnny Cardoso intercepted. Rasmus Højlund, I haven't been able to shut him down all game long, besides the first half of the 15-minute period where I didn't see him at all. Ricardo Mora. Mora saved by Schulte. Instead of wasting time, we quickly get it out to Luna, who's on for, no, he's not on for a hat trick. He actually missed his second. Diego Luna, cross comes in, back post for Palmer, the youngster, straight at Chevalier. Always knew that was going to be the case, but maybe get a corner out of it, deflection. Got neither. I mean, they don't want to attack. They don't want to score. They don't know they're down by 1. Ethan Waneri, Larson, Højlund, Rasmus back to Waneri, and Loon with the interception, but it'll fall back to Waneri. Cross comes in for Højlund, and keeper saves. We will waste time on this one.
So 1 minute of stoppage time. That's what the officials have said.
And that is full time. America win the Champions League. We win the fake World Cup in our first season of being in Champions League, where we didn't even finish in the top 4 last season. We get the job done, beating Bayern Munich 5-4. The goals are glitched. It's showing some of their goals on our side for some reason, because they took the lead in the 7th. We were behind 4 different times. We take the lead in extra time and haven't looked back after that. And America are your Champions League winners.
So much work has gone into this. Fantastic. And you can feel the emotion.
And we are your Champions League winners. I didn't even notice this game was at Old Trafford. It was at the Manchester United Stadium. We are your Champions League winners. Vamos. If you did enjoy this video, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see y'all back here on Monday for another rebuild video. Until then, peace out.